Cody is here already. Rocking the place out, buddy. How's it going? I actually could see that without my glasses because I know how long your name is and it's blue. It's the little victories when you get to be my age. Scruffy Nerd and Sam. How's it going, Scruffy and Sam? I hope Sam's not scruffy. Anyway. Thanks for joining, gentlemen. I got a mic down way. Should be able to hear the ammo hit. I got some fun. I got 2 cans we can cut if we want. I got some playing cards if we want to try and cut one. That might take a while because my shooting hasn't been the greatest lately. Just been kind of slumping. I must be getting lax on my fundamentals because if I stop and step by step go through each step of the process, I'll hit the target. But when I just rear back and shoot, I can hardly hit anything. And it's driving me nuts. I know you're not Sam. Sam's on here. Sam B. Wiz or whatever. And I was just making a joke that maybe he was scruffy. But he's a younger kid, so he's probably not scruffy yet because the beard thing hasn't started growing. How are you folks this fine day? I wanted to come on live earlier this week some, but our weather has sucked big ones. If you guys saw the tornadoes coming through last night down in Rockton, Illinois, northern Illinois, that's only about an hour from me, and it was coming this way, and it's all week long. It's just been one storm after another after another. I would love to be outside today because it's beautiful and sunny, except it's 20 miles an hour wind, so my bands will be doing like this all day. So I am not out there. Came here because I haven't done a live in a while, and I kind of miss it. It's fun. Joe Sakura, hey buddy. Y'all double tap your screen. Yeah, get me some likes. Shows we got 92 people on here. See how many likes we can pick up. Oh, got it. See if we can hit that 40 up in the top corner. Top row, your left, my right. Just missed it. For some reason, everything I do is shooting low. I put on a new band set, thinking the bands might be wore out. Still shooting low. So I don't know what's up. Tried moving my, don't really want to move my anchor. Oh, there we got it. Boom. If I take my time, I do good. Turtle. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Oh, I got the one in the middle. Going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the target a little better. Going for that frog on the bottom, that green thing hanging down. It's always fun to smack him in the noggin. Boom, first shot, got him. Frog legs, anybody? Oh, got him again. Didn't smack him hard, but we got him. Greetings from Texas, Ozzy. How's it going? I'm familiar with Texas. I grew up down there. I grew up around the Houston area, suburb of Houston, just south of Houston. So sometimes my southern accent comes out. Whenever I sing and play guitar, I don't like country music, but when I sing and play, it's definitely got a country vibe to it because I'm a guitar and singer too. Boom! Oh, got a big comment. Weary Pilgrim Homestead. Thought you were aiming for the archery target. That'd be a little easier to hit. It'll be good if it's not beer trucks and girls, yeah. Kind of, as I grow older, I'm kind of leaning more that way. I lead the music here at my church, and we do a lot of modern type music. And I play guitar, and I'm the worship leader here. So a lot of times, Christian music, even contemporary Christian music, a lot of times has a very country flavor to it, or a country lean or sound. So it just kind of goes with the territory, and that's who I am, and I'm too old to change. But you're right, if it's not beard girls. They do tend to tell stories more than a lot of songs do. You got good aim. Thanks, Kai. It's a lot of work. A lot of work to get good at aim, and a lot of it is strictly just repetition. It's just repetition. Wesley, how's it going? What's up, buddy? Oh, I almost tried to shoot with my glasses on. There we go. That's much better. All right, since we got a bunch of people on, to be exact right now, 100 people. And I recognize a number of names that are on here. I have an announcement. Last week, we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. Thank you, everyone. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, now's a good time to do it. But I appreciate everyone that has already. I said when I hit 1,000, we were going to have a giveaway. And the giveaway is set. Half of my subscribers are from my other hobby, RC planes and aviation. And about half of them are you sling guys. And you guys sling guys are pretty hardcore. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a random name from people that enter. And you have to be subscribed to my channel to be eligible to win by sending an email. What's the email address, you ask? All right, here it is. If you go down in the description, there's a giveaway link, giveaway email. It's called, I actually created this. I put some thought into this. If you email me at DIDIWIN 2026, you can enter. I made a video about it this morning. I'll get it up early next week. So basically, send an email to that address, and I need to know your full name, your real name, and your screen name, because some of the screen names I have not put with real people. And I need to be able to go into my subscriber list on YouTube and verify that you exist there. If you don't, then it will be drawn for someone else. And so that's the rules. It does not matter if it's domestic or if it's U.S. or if it's international, because I'm giving away gift cards, and I can just get the numbers and send them to you, and you can use them online. So if you're in my RC gang, you will get a gift card to either Flight Test or Horizon Hobby. If you're one of the Slingshot crowd, which I take most of the people here are, you will get a $50 gift card to Simpleshot, my favorite go-to slingshot store, the supplier of just about everything you will need to get into the hobby. So that's it. Did I win 2026 at gmail.com. I will draw the name, the lucky winner, on Sunday night, May 10th. So you've got until May 10th to get entered. I will probably mention that again here in a little while. But that's the giveaway. I don't build slingshots because I got nowhere to do it. Don't got them skills. So I can't give away a nice frame or anything like that unless I had someone else make it and then you tell them what you want. So maybe we'll do that at 2,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 or something like that. But this is our first hurdle. This is our first mile marker, if you will. And so I'm giving away a $50 gift card. So if you would like that, make sure you enter and make sure you're a subscriber. All right, I'm going back through my comments here because I was shooting. All right, I'm on Ramel Collins. I will get to the ones below you. Any tips on Slingshot as far as buying and getting stronger ones, custom band replacement? Like I just mentioned, Simpleshot is a great place to start. You can get bands up to 1 millimeter there. You can get everything you need to create your own, and they've got some heavy-duty slingshots. One is called the Hammer XT. It's probably the biggest beast in their inventory. I have one, and I have it set up to shoot bow. I have it set up to shoot archery. So I've got it double banded with some big bands for about a 20-pound pull. If you're looking for something heavy duty like that, the Simpleshot Hammer XT is probably what I would recommend. And I believe they will sell latex up to 1 millimeter thick, which is some really nasty. You can fling some 11 millimeter steel or lead with those and kill a rabbit pretty well. So that's what I know about heavy duty slingshots. Custom band replacement, you can buy some heavy duty bands right from Simpleshot, pre-made with the pouches already on, or you can buy the stuff to make your own pouches and own bands however you want from Simpleshot as well. I have a link in the description to them, but there are also a lot of sling shooters that have their own side businesses. Some of them just sell pouches. Some of them sell elastic or the latex. So there's a lot of options out there. But if you want a quick, dirty, easy way to get it, Simpleshot's probably the place to go. Oh, let's see. Can you really shoot that thing? Yeah, I can shoot this thing, Mr. Paul Holden. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years, so I've got a lot of shots down the range. I would guess in the 1.5 years that I started shooting in the last 3 months, we had a tournament in March that I practiced a lot for. I bet since I started shooting 1.5 years ago, I've probably got at least 12 to 15,000 shots downrange of practice. A lot of it is once you learn the basics and the technique, it becomes repetition to dial it in. How is America? I've only been there a few times. I'm Liverpudlian. America is what you make it. I live here. I grew up here. I am thrilled that I am an American, and that's about as far as I'm going with it. We have our problems just like every country does. Keep practicing. You need more work. Yeah, well, that's why we're here. I'm doing the live because I like to help people, because people come on and ask questions, and I like to explain stuff. But this is also practice time for me. I just got here randomly scrolling through lives. I do that every now and then. There's some weird stuff out there. And thanks for stopping here, Weary Pilgrim. I hope you find it interesting. Hope you find my banter educational, because that's what I'm trying to do. Somebody gave me the idea the other day I should bring someone in who's not a slingshot shooter, and on a live setup like this, you can watch and hear me teach them how to shoot. I taught a young man this morning how to shoot, and by the time we were done, 1.5 hours later, he was hitting a can, and he helped us cut a can and got the final shot that dropped it. So it was pretty exciting. Try cutting a card first shot. I can cut a card, but I rarely do it first shot, Sam. I know, I've seen you do it. Good job. Thanks, part-time plinker. Glad you dropped in to do that. Appreciate the like. We're up to 29. Yeah. All right, people. Let's be nice and not tell people to do. Well, maybe Paul Holden might need a moderation. So he's hitting the smallest target repeatedly. Actually, I'm not hitting the smallest target repeatedly. I'm hitting a mid-sized target. because I'm just turning around and shooting in between things. Let's see. Hello from Connecticut, way up there on the northeast, up there by Maine and Delaware and all those places. Boy, my moderators are busy today. Who is the best slingshotter? That old guy that could hit butterflies. I know there's some videos out there in the internets, in the YouTubes, of an older guy that was like on Johnny Carson and stuff. And it was hilarious. I watched some of it. He would just like, he'd be sitting there talking and he'd just turn around, boom, and smack something down. And that might be who you're talking about. I can't remember his name, but he was really funny. And he was really good. He could just, it was very instinctive. He just didn't even aim. He'd just pull back and hit it. JM, you're in New Hampshire. Howdy, howdy. I'm in Wisconsin, and you've probably seen all the weather that's been coming through. And it's finally sunny out, but it's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, so I can't shoot in my outdoor setup, which I really wanted to do. I got a couple ideas for a slow-mo video, but I just need the weather to help work with me. And I haven't done a live for like a week almost, and I was missing everybody. I am now shooting at the 40 millimeter. Small one on the top row. There, we got it. Made her spin. Woo! Well, yeah, I think he passed too. He was an older guy, but there's still some really good shots out there. So, I mean, if you want to see some really neat stuff that's not current, but not that old, Billy Hayes, he was like the go-to goat for a while, and he's back now. He had a couple years off. I think he had some health issues, but he's back. But he's got a video where he actually strikes a match. And I saw him at the tournament recently and asked him how he did it. He said the matches you buy today that are strike anywheres don't work for squat. They were homemade matches, but you still got to hit it just perfect. I can hit a match and break it. Just haven't been able to light one. Sam, there's your next challenge. Light a match, man. I can do that with a rifle. Yeah, well, it's a little easier with a rifle. A little more steady. A little bit better aiming mechanics. This is a lot of physics and geometry going on here. But to get it completely consistent, where you can just hit it all the time, takes a lot of practice. And I'm here to practice, but I'm also here to hang out with my peeps. For some reason, this sling keeps shooting low, and I don't know why. It's got brand new bands on it. It was shooting low, and I put new bands on it, and it's still shooting low. So I must have messed my anchor or my mechanics or something up. But I'm going to keep shooting till I get through it. Oh, I flinched on that one. That was a really bad shot. I was about to just let go. I went like that. He could shoot out a flame on a candle on a birthday cake. Yes, that's who I'm talking about. And that's one of the things I want to try on slow-mo is to put a candle out. I think that'd be cool. I have a series called Slingshot Slow-Mo. I got a camera that shoots 240 frames per second. And when I'm outside, it looks really good. And so I want to put a candle out and see if I can just extinguish the flame without breaking the candle. That might take a few tries. And then my other thing is I want to build a little fire under a lighter and then hit the lighter and see if it goes whoosh. That'll be really cool on video. Rufus, that does ring a bell. He was something. Keep working. Yes, that's the whole idea. That's why I do this. I was here shooting this morning and taught a young man to shoot, and I got a few practice rounds in. Sometime I'll come down here if I can't be outside at home by myself, and I'll fire off 300 rounds in an hour or so and just keep working. Any target you have, always aim for the center. It's kind of like what we talk about in shooting, especially in archery and slingshots. Aim small, miss small. You aim at something small, and it makes hitting something bigger easier. All right, I'm going to shoot the big one just to get some confidence back. There, we got it. No, I don't wear Hokas. I'm assuming you're talking about shoes. Do you know who Dirk is? If that's a dude from, he's international. I think he's on Facebook. Dirk's, forget his name, Meerstad, or I think I know who you are. I think I'm friends with him. But I know he's a good shot. There's a lot of good shots out there. A lot of guys that I look up to, and I've had a couple of them give me tips and pointers when I was at the tournament. And I'm getting better at some of my more advanced skills. Don't judge me by my short draw today is usually what I'm good at. But there we go. We smacked that frog right in the noggin. All right, folks out there in the chat comments, play nice now. Play nice or I'll have the moderators get on you. I got 2 or 3 moderators in the house. Just shooting low. All right, I'm going to go fundamental here. Dig into my anchor point, right on the bottom of my cheekbone. Line it up. Shot low. There, we got it. Just lost some consistency. This happened right before the tournament in March. And then like a week before the tournament, it came back. So it comes and goes. Dirk and South. Yes, that's the guy. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I think I'm friends with him online. We all have off days. Don't get discouraged. I don't. In the right hands, there are bad news. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of this. I'm getting with these bands the way they are, and I don't have these optimized for maximum effect and maximum speed. I made them a little longer because they last longer. Optimize with the right length and the right elongation factor and do the math on it. They go pretty quick. Mine, the way I have them set up, they're probably an inch longer than they need to be. I'm getting about 210, 220 feet per second. I saw somebody shooting long draw with a chronograph the other day. That's where you shoot from way back here instead of from up here. And he was getting 270. And I saw someone else with bands that were obviously just the right perfect length for it. And he got over 300 feet per second. So I think I may do another video. I just did one on the tritium latex, the purple and pink. I'm using the purple here. I wanted to compare them because they seem pretty close other than color. And I had them both set up like this. I want to trim these down to the correct length for maximum strength, maximum draw, and to have the maximum speed out of them. And then I want to do a speed test again just to see what I get. I'm thinking I'll probably get 250, 260. Bill Clancy, I'm a lot better than you are with a slingshot. Maybe because I've practiced a bunch. I'm helping you work with your slingshot under pressure. All right, I appreciate that, Paul. You got me on that one. I will say that when I went to the tournament, that's a whole different kind of pressure. I can practice here, and I can walk across those targets on top and hit all 5 of them in a row. But you go to the tournament, you got no mulligans. The pressure's on. There's 50, 60 people watching you. You have to turn it on like that, and that is a lot harder to do. What grain projectile? Josie Wales. I'm using 8mm steel bearings. The standard sizes for tournaments that most people use are 7mm, 8mm, and 9.5mm. Some people will also shoot BBs, which are little tiny things, and some people shoot 11mm, which is like, I think, close to 50 cal size, and that's mostly for hunting. Size of a marble. And those are mostly for hunting. I just do target shooting, and a lot of people use the 9.5, and a lot of people use the 8. The reason I use 8 is because I like bands with a very gentle pull. You can see this doesn't take much effort to pull. I'm a guy, I'm still working, I'm not retired. I have a desk job. I'm not a laborer who uses muscles and is strong and stuff like that. So if I were to shoot harder ammo, my arm gets tired, my shoulder gets sore. So I've settled on the 8mm ammo, and these bands have like a 5-pound pull. So I can sit here and shoot these things all day long. But there's no one better than the other. When we were at the tournament, I was with people shooting 7mm, and I was with people shooting 9.5. 200 feet per second. That's lethal. It can be. You can take out easily. You could take out a chipmunk or a squirrel with one of these. And a lot of people hunt squirrels with them. We can't hunt with a slingshot where I live, so I don't. I may take out a chipmunk because they're considered pests. I've taken a few of those out in my day. But yes, they can be lethal. For the record, this is an archery range in the basement of our church, and we have an archery club that meets here on Tuesday nights. I have a special slingshot set up to shoot archery, to shoot the arrows. And so I did a video that should be coming out this week on the Hammer XT bow sling from Simpleshot. And the Genesis bows that we use, they're stacked up over there. They got 130 feet per second, which is what I think is about right. They have a 20-pound pull. My Hammer XT has a 19 or 20-pound pull, but it only got 110 feet per second, which is still plenty to get down range and stick in the target. So that, I actually shoot with the kids, but I shoot my sling bow. And I'm speculating the reason it didn't get the full 130 feet per second with the same pull weight is because on the slingshot in the gap, there's a big fiber piece that your arrow sits in. And when it goes through, those pieces of fiber stick out and rub it. And I think that's scrubbing off some of the speed. Don't quote me. I'm speculating. I used to know by heart the hydrostatic pressure that would I can't even do the math in my head to where I can say, okay, 240 feet per second or 220 feet per second is how many miles an hour or kilometers an hour. I'd have to sit down and get the calculator out because my brain can't think that fast. So if you guys hear the doors opening or people talking upstairs or having a young adult meeting upstairs, it's in my church basement, so they know I'm down here and I won't bother them and they won't bother me. And if they come down here, we'll make them get on camera. In fact, let me go close this door real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, guys.
I just wanted to look behind you. All right.
I'm down here playing.
Oh, okay.
All right. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to let them know I was down here. If they came down here, I'd throw them on camera. So probably better that they didn't. As a kid, I had a wooden slingshot. It came with a bent piece of wire for shooting arrows out of. I think I've seen things kind of like that now. It's kind of like a rest in there for the arrows. Seems like that the fletchings would hit it and bounce it. But hey, back then you took what you had. Take what you had back then. The big thing is, did you have fun with it? That's what matters. Did you have fun? Like, I'm having fun with this. I enjoy it. I feel like I've neglected my other hobby, RC planes. And honestly, I'd have been out this morning flying, except it was 20-mile-an-hour winds. So I'm going to try a live. All right, 109 people in here. A lot of them are my sling friends. Would you enjoy it if I tried to do a live from our flying field with some of the RC planes? I could show you some of them and how they work, and you could watch me fly it, make a couple flights. This is all assuming I have a good enough signal out there. I don't know if I do. There is a cell tower right next to us, but if it's the wrong carrier, it won't work. So it's all in whether I have the signal. If you'd like to see that, I'm thinking about trying that. It'll be fun. Don't tell anybody. Half will come down on purpose. Yeah. This couple that came down, they're totally cool. They came on, they'd have a blast. He's the bass player for my band upstairs. They have baby number 2 on the way, so everybody's excited. Baby 1 is a cutie. One of my targets got caught up behind the shirt down there, and you can't even see it anymore. All right, who's got more questions? Anybody got shooting questions? I like to explain stuff. How many likes we up to? 38? Come on, hit the double tap on there. All right, I'm going to take a different slingshot here. Let me put this down. I know Sam's probably been waiting for me to shoot this. This is my long draw. This is a more advanced style of shooting. Some people that are on here are really good at it. I'm still learning it, so I've got it down. I'm just not as accurate. So let's see how we do today. Keep it up, Philip. Thanks. I'm trying, man. Tried shooting on Good Friday, but it was a no-go here in the Ozarks. Yeah, if you got spotty coverage, I'm lucky we got a good internet connection down here in the basement. I think I'm getting 60 or 70 up and down, so we're pretty good here. And when I'm at home, I got 5G on my phone, so don't know if I'll be able to get it from my flying field or not. But I'm going to try because I think it'd be kind of fun for people. Anyway, for those of you that don't know about slingshot shooting, this is a second step to the most advanced kind of shooting, which I have not mastered either, but I'm still learning this. It's just a little more complicated. Before you ask, yes, sometimes it hits your face and it hurts. We call that a kiss. And last week I hit it a couple of times. I had a couple scars on my face. My wife even asked, "What happened?" I said, "My slingshot kissed me." You may ask, why would you do that? The long draw? Well, because it looks cool. But 2, you can put a lighter weight band so it's easier to pull. You can pull back farther, and because you've got farther for the elastic to retract, you can actually get more speed out of it. Just like my other ones, I have bands that are a little longer than they need to be while I learn. That way, without quite the speed, if I do something wrong, it doesn't hurt quite as bad. But I'm at the point now where I'm starting to trim them down a little bit and starting to get where they should be, but I'm not quite there yet. I know Sam, Mr. Long Draw, is probably out there laughing because I can hardly hit a target this way, but it takes time. Man, I'm really high, and I know what I got to do. I'm really high on all my shots. Piled up on the couch. Still. I have no idea what Josie just said. Maybe they'll explain it to us. It's Josie Wales. Does that have anything to do with the, what is it, the book or the song, The Outlaw Josie Wales? Or am I just showing how stupid I am by referring to that? Maybe I'm just being weird, which is not out of the ordinary for me. For those of you who are interested, I'm shooting at the bottom row, the middle target. It's a medium-sized target. It's not big. It's not small. These bands are sounding weird, though. Sometimes I'll pick this up and I'll just hit boom, 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 and sometimes not so much. Oh, that was really low. I must have screwed that up. Ooh, almost got it. Almost got it. We'll keep shooting until we hit something. How many likes do we? Oh, up to 41. 41. There, now we know what Josie was talking about. I've got a homestead and a YouTube channel. I don't need another hobby. Yeah, I totally get it. My two hobbies are RC planes. Well, you might call them three. RC planes, slingshots, and guitar. But I use the guitar on Sundays here at church. So these are my two main hobbies to get me away from everything. This and RC. So, but I understand if you got a YouTube channel and a homestead, though, dude, with a homestead, man, you'd have plenty of places to shoot, I'm sure. It's like that target in the middle is about to fall off. I live in town, so if you've ever seen my outdoor range, it's a net up against my side of my garage with some targets set up. God bless you, brother. Thanks, Weary Pilgrim. Have fun on the homestead. It's that time of year to be planting. Hope your crops do well, and I hope you don't get too much rain like we've had. 116 online. Make sure you guys hit the like. Let's get a couple more likes, and I'll go throw a can up, and we'll try and cut the can in half. It's a little easier to hit because it's a lot bigger, and it sounds cool. Nothing more fun slingshot shooting than hitting a pop can. Oh, I got what I was aiming at. Imagine that. Hi, Philip. Hey, Scorgan. How's it going, buddy? Mr. Scorgan. Mr. Scorgan's one of the regulars, for those of you that don't know. That's why I was excited to see him. Nicholas Palumbo said hi. Hello, Nicholas Palumbo and Dutch boy. How's it going? Hope I'm having a good weekend. Well, it's an okay weekend. We've had so much rain all week and storms and thunder and lightning. I really wanted to shoot outside today, but we got 20-mile-an-hour winds outside, so here we are. Although I have to say my Saturday morning was very pleasant. I had my friend that was at the tournament with me here shooting, and he brought a young man that his son's girlfriend's kid or something, I don't know. It was a kid that he's basically a grandfather to. And we taught the kid to shoot. And he got the last shot on a can when it dropped. So he was very excited about that. So I got another kid that can actually shoot, which is awesome for the hobby. He had a good time. He's a good kid. So it was a fun morning. I didn't shoot a lot when we were here with him, but we did a lot of trash talking, which is half the fun. Jeez, I am not hitting stuff very well today. Is that your Royal Rangers flag? Yes, we have Royal Rangers here. We have a banner over there. I took the flags down. There's a logo on the board, and I got a hat on. It's a ministry we have here at our church. I'm one of the leaders. Been in it since I was a kid in the 60s when it started. We have an archery range down here for our archery club, and they let me shoot at it. So I'm very thankful. And it's great because I just live 3 blocks away. I know nothing of this trash talk. Oh, Scorgan, you're one of the biggest instigators. Thank you, Josie. That's one of the reasons I like coming on here. I just like spreading the fun of this hobby and the sport. We're trying to make it out of a hobby more into a sport. And we see it growing day by day. More people are catching on to it. If you're interested, Josie, go check my YouTube channel out. Subscribe to it in the description. I have a link to Slingshot Basics. It's a 4 or 5 video series I made to introduce you to the sport. It goes over different kinds of frames because there's multiple styles of frames, bands, ammo, anchor points, all kind of things you need to know that will help you get started shooting. And if you follow those and get those fundamentals, you will be hitting targets when you get done. You used to bow hunt with them. Woo, that'd be fun. Nice there in Southern California. Yeah, you would have probably liked to have some of the rain we've been getting. It's just been nonstop. Almost every day or every other day we're getting an inch or two. But that's springtime. That's just part of the deal. I got a little water in my basement, but that's just called springtime. All right, we're up to 47. Let's hit 50. When we hit 50, I'll go hang a can up and we'll start shooting at it. All right, since we got some new folks on from the start, I'm going to make an announcement. Announcement time. We hit 1,000 subscribers last week. Jig of joy. 1,000 subscribers last week. We really appreciate it. So we're having a giveaway. How do you win such a giveaway, you said? If you go in the description, there's a link for an email. Send an email to that link, which is didiwin2026@gmail.com. And on May 10th, Sunday evening, I will take all the people that entered and I will do a random generator thing on the interwebs and pick a winner. A couple of the rules. We're giving away gift cards. If you're in my RC crowd, which are half of my subscribers, I will give you a $50 gift card to either Horizon Hobby or Flight Test, which are my 2 favorite stores for RC hobby plane stuff. And if you're a slingshot shooter, which I think most of you are, it'll be a gift card, $50 to Simpleshot, which is the place to go to get all of your slingshot needs. Especially if you're starting out, they have everything to get you going. So it's a great place, a lot of stuff. I'm an affiliate there, so if you click the link for Simpleshot in my description, it'll take you there. And if you buy anything, I get this little teeny commission, which I'll spend all back at Simpleshot. So anyway, that's the giveaway. May 10th. And the reason I need you to send me an email, when you send me the email, I need your name and your screen name, like Scorgan Slings or whatever. If he just sends me his name, I may not know who he is because I still haven't learned all these names. I'm getting better at them. So I need your name in that email. And I need your screen name because when I draw the winner, I'm going to my list of subscribers. And if you don't appear there, you're not winning. So if you'd like to win and you're not yet subscribed, this is your incentive to go do so. So there we have it. The big announcement. The big announcement. The giveaway. The 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Just a hair high. Oh, sorry about that on the mic. I have to put my glasses on so I can see. It's funny. Got left at a campsite. Oh my God, they would go nuts up here if we left a kid. Oh man, that would suck. Our big camp is in June. We'll have like 250 kids or whatever. And I can't imagine leaving a kid at the campsite. Our leader is very anal about things. He takes head counts constantly. So I don't think he'll ever leave anybody. There may be a kid he wished he left. No, we love all the kids. They're good kids, even when they're not good kids. That is pretty funny, though. I think when I was a kid, my older brother fell asleep at church in the back pew one time, and my parents didn't pay attention and left him at church. They had to go back and get him that night. That was pretty funny. But that would be scary. All right, we're up to 49. One more like. Somebody double tap the screen. And we'll go hang a can up and we'll blow the you know what out of it. Oh, twice in a row I hit it. Yes, we're at 50. Let's go cut a can. All right. I have a nice green Sprite can. It'll be easier to shoot. And I know you don't need them. You can make your own, but I had to buy some stuff from Omega Slings. So I got their little can holders. They're pretty simple. You tie a string to them. You stick them down in the hole of the can. And you just go tie it on your target. Yeah, I can make one out of a binder clip, but they were like a couple of bucks for 2 of them, so I bought it. Anyway, let's go hang this. This is one of my favorite things to do. Hitting cans, the smack they make is one of the most satisfying sounds that you can have in slingshot them. That's a word I made up, slingshot them. It's totally fun. It's not the hardest skill to do, but when you're learning, it's kind of nice to find something like this that makes you feel like you've accomplished something, because that's part of the deal, is not getting discouraged with what you're doing. And cutting cans is a fun way to build your confidence. So we're going to do this long draw. It takes me a little longer that way, just letting you know. If I use my short draw, I'll have that thing down in a couple minutes. But it's green, so it's easy to see down there. All right, here we go. This is our 50 like can cut. Oh, let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it better. Give me a second to adjust. The can is hanging right there. You should be able to see it. You should be able to see it. I collected them the next morning. West Texas, 8 hours. When I was a kid, we did Rangers in Houston. I was in the Houston area, and I don't remember where we went to camp at. Just snapped my 3rd band set today. I think I'm going to take a break. Middle finger started bleeding from band slaps. Yeesh. Cody, what are you doing? Cody, you're still shooting short draw, right? If you're shooting short draw and you're getting band slap like that, your bands are overpowering your ammo. So if you're shooting short draw and you're getting band slap, your ammo is too light for the speed that you're delivering it at. So the idea is to get your ammo balanced to your band so that when the band gets to its maximum extension out front, there's nothing left for it to shoot back. If you don't have a big enough piece of ammo in there, it shoots the ammo out and it's got all this energy and it stretches it and springs it back. One of the things you can do, Josh Hicks showed me these at the Midwest Spring Sling Tournament. They're finger thingies, and they work really well to help keep some of the band slap from hurting. It's a little more common in long draw, so I'll wear them when I shoot long draw. But if you're getting band slap, Cody, I know you're kind of new at it. Try making your taper smaller. So in other words, if you were shooting a 2012 taper, try an 1810 taper. Or if you were shooting a 0.7 millimeter band, try shooting a 0.5. You don't need to rest. You don't need to take time off. You just need to get that piece of science balanced. And I think you'll be much better. CG, how's it going, man? We got 50 likes, so we're shooting a can. Here we go, shot 1. And I'm doing it long draw just because I'm going to try not to cover it up. I zoomed in so you guys could see. Boom. You tell me that wasn't the coolest sound. I got a mic down there, so you guys should really be able to hear that. Those first couple slaps on a can are the coolest sound ever. And I did try today when I came on, I tried using the invite someone else, add a second person on, and I was going to put a tablet down there on the target so you guys could see. But I got a crappy tablet. And all it wanted to do was put it in horizontal video, and I finally gave up and just abandoned it and just came on this way. I'm going to have to find an old cell phone. Maybe that'll work. CG, you just came on. Thanks for dropping in, man. Appreciate it. Let me know if you're about to bug out, because I've made an announcement a couple of times about my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I just did it, so I don't want to go through it all again. But make sure you hang on long enough to hear it again. Let's get this can cut, and I'll talk about it again. Doing it long draw. It takes a little longer because my accuracy is getting better, but still not quite there. Man, if I had Josh Hicks or Hawk, some of those long shot draw coin on here, that had that can cut in no time. But isn't half the fun of shooting a slingshot just shooting a slingshot? Kind of like bowling, you know? A strike is awesome. But if you don't get a strike, you get to throw the ball again. So it's like you get more for your money. I mean, if you just went and rolled a perfect game in bowling, you'd only get to throw the ball like 12 times. If you screw up, you could throw it like 20 times or more. I'm usually the more side. Anyway. It's kind of not how you're supposed to think of it. Is that the best music or what? I think somebody called it great music. Yes, it is. I'm going to do a slow motion of a can cut. Not to see slow motion of all the hits, but I want a slow motion of when it goes and falls down. That'll be fun. I'm putting some rips in it. I can see two great big holes. I keep hitting it on the side, and it's ripping the side of it. I don't know if you guys can, how well you guys can see that downstream there. Fish with a slingshot. I've got a friend that lives on the river, and I've shot at carp with it. Hang on, I'm adjusting my camera here. I'm trying to get you guys a better shot at the target. You don't need to see me that much. If it was easy to do, it wouldn't be nearly as fun as when things go well. This is true. Half the fun of the challenge is getting better at it. I have a friend who lives on the river, and I've shot carp in his river a couple of times. I didn't get any. The other thing that some people do, and I'll come back here so you can see, I've got the Hammer XT bow sling, so it's a big slingshot that's got a piece in the middle so you can shoot arrows. Some people bow hunt fish or carp with that, and on the bottom's a Picatinny rail where they can put a fishing reel. So the idea is you hit the fish with the arrow, and then you can reel it in. Or you could shoot your ammo, your bait out there. Anyway, I don't do that. I just use it for archery. I'm hitting pretty good. You can hear it rattling around. I think I got some ammo stuck in the can now. A little high, a little high. Yeah, mud bugs here too. Got some of the regulars in now. Boom! I told you, that's way more rewarding than hitting a spinner. Oh, I got it on the bottom that time. Does it still sound good on camera? I've got a mic down there, so you guys should be able to hear it really good. If not, I'm sure my mic on my hat would pick it up too. Ooh, got it on the top. Hit it a lot toward the top. All right, I'm going to hit a couple more times, and maybe we'll take the camera down there so you guys can see it a little bit. See what it looks like. All right, let's take the camera down there. I'm going to stick this in here. See if there's any new comments. I used to pay for carp removal, but I had my catching, killing something I'm not going to use or eat. Yeah, some people don't like doing that, but carp are such rough fish and they destroy waterways. So I used to fish a lot, and if I caught a carp, I had no problems dealing with it. All right, let's go down here and see if you can see the can. Sorry, it's all messy. You can see it's pretty beat up. You can see the holes we got in it. Still a ways from falling, though. It's not tearing. It's just got holes in it. You need a couple of good solid hits, and that will start putting some tearing in there. So let's get back down here, and we'll keep on shooting. All right. How many meters? I'm shooting from 10 meters, which is the standard international tournament distance. I've got it marked off here in my little shooting area. This is about 10, pretty close, within a foot or so of 10 meters, or to us Americans, 33 feet. I'm using 8mm steel, 0.45mm bandwidth, and I believe these are a 20 to 12 taper. And we're starting to put a hurt on it now. You got to be hungry to eat carp. We do eat a carp in Europe. Hey, Bad Adrian. I was just watching a video yesterday, and it was this guy who like travels the world, and he's like he's not really a food critic. He just travels to countries as a travel vlogger, but he likes to go there to sample different foods. Believe it or not, he was an American dude, and he was visiting Iraq, even though everybody said don't go there. And one of their national dishes is they got these big fire pits with stakes all around it, and they keep the fire going. And they got a big old pond right there where they just go and they pull carp out. They gut them, they scale them, and then they open them up so they're like filleted, and they stick them down on this thing, and it's kind of like a national food for them. And the dude said, if you just eat it the way it is, it was pretty bland. But if you put the sauce and the lemon and the other things on it, it was much more palatable. But yeah, I mean, carps just grow like crazy, so they can be a food supply for many, especially like third world countries. You know, the standard joke in America about carp is, you catch them in the spring and you smoke them. They're not bad to eat. And carp aren't bad if you smoke them, but the joke is it's kind of hard to keep them lit. There's that. I don't think I told it very well. It kind of fell flat. Wah, wah. Smoked carp aren't bad. It's just hard to keep them lit. They sure are fun to catch, though, man. They're big, and they put up a fight. I mean, the carp around here are all 10, 12 pounds. They're massive. They say if you catch them in the spring here in Wisconsin, they're not bad because the meat is firmer from the cold water. I don't like seafood, so I'm not trying it. I'm pretty much pork, beef, and chicken kind of guy. Seems hard to believe I live in Wisconsin and I don't go deer hunting. Just not a wild game person. But that's me. In China and Italy, they eat frogs. Down south in America, they eat frog legs. Frog legs are like a delicacy down there. Oh, yeah, they love frog legs down here. I thought sardines were the choice food for. Scorgan, you cracked me up, bud. Yes, for one certain shooter in the slingshot world, sardines are a food group. And I think he's got Scorgan turned on to him. I will say today, Scorgan, at the grocery store, on the clearance aisle, they had sardines for $2 a can. I picked up a can. No, I'm not going to eat them. I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to do a slingshot slow-mo just for Andy. And I'm going to shoot a couple of sardines hanging from a string in slow motion just to see if it hurts Andy's heart and hurts his feelings. So I bought a can of, I think it's King Oscar sardines. They were on clearance for $2. I think Scorgan, he's the one that cooks them in the air fryer. Or is that Andy? I can't imagine the stench from that. Ugh. Just the thought of it. Although my dad loves sardines, he'd have probably been all over it. Dang, now I can't hit that stupid can. I could eat sardines once a month, but I don't. Eat them and rip us. Oh, please. At least it's not smell-o-vision. You can do it right there where you're at. You can rip one of those, Rusty, but my wife made me promise to do it outside. I wonder why, Scorgan. Wonder why. The thing I love that my wife can't stand, and I'm German, I got German roots, is sauerkraut. I can just eat it straight up by the can. My wife can't stand it. She won't even allow me to cook it in the house. If we're making brats or dogs on the grill, I'll cook it outside. But I'm not turning the stove on and cooking that stuff inside. Not allowed to. Come on, it's sauerkraut. It's just pickled cabbage. No, it's not pickled cabbage. It's fermented cabbage. My mom used to be pushing us through the grocery store when I was a kid, and I'd be sitting in the front of the basket, and we'd go down the canned vegetable aisle. And I'd be, don't forget the sauerkraut, Mama. I kid you not. I didn't dare ask for sardines. Mini candles were lit. Woo! Mud bug. I'm with you, buddy. The puke emoji. Ugh. I don't even know how I'm gonna have to handle those sardines for my video. I might actually throw up in my mouth a little bit. There we go. Finally got a good hit on it. I might have to get the short draw out, finish that can off. We started that at 50 likes. We're up to 64, and we still can't take it out of its misery. But it's sure fun shooting at it. I do like it with smoked salmon. Sauerkraut is great for you. Yes, it's basically cabbage, and the fermenting puts lots of, what is it, probiotics or whatever in it. That's why I should tell her, dear, it's healthy for me. You know I need to lose weight. I've become a fat old man. Ooh, that was a good hit. I don't think she'd buy it. Should probably buy it faster than sardines in an air fryer, though. Do you put the candied jalapenos on there, too? I was going to order some candied jalapenos for my pastor here at the church because he loves anything hot and spicy and he eats jalapenos like I eat pickles. And I asked him if he had ever tried them. And he didn't like them. So I said, well, I'm not going to waste my money buying you a jar of candied jalapenos. We're beating the top of that can to pieces. This is all part of learning long draw, boys. I'm just having fun. Even when I miss, I have fun. Your wife even likes candied jalapenos. There you go. I'd have to order them in the U.S. I couldn't find them up here. I might try making my own. If you drink the juice from where the cabbage is fermented, it's going to be a good natural laxative. Oh, I bet, bad Adrian. Pickle juice. I do love pickle juice because I love pickles. If I go to a restaurant and you get a burger and they put a pickle on the plate and you don't eat it, I'm going to smack you down. I know a lot of bike riders, the hardcore bike riders, drink pickle juice because it has the salt that makes your body hold in the water and you don't dehydrate. I did some long bike rides in the years past when I was a biker, and that was one of my favorite things at the rest stops was getting a pickle. When I was at the Slingshot tournament in March in Indiana, the indoor soccer facility, their concession stand had something called pickle sickles. And it was frozen pickle juice that they got from their big jar of pickles. They just froze it. And they gave me one. It was yummy. But thanks for the idea about the laxative. I really don't need a laxative. I won't go into that story, but I don't need a laxative. You guys don't need to hear about my health issues. Electrolytes, yes. I knew Philip had a story. He used to be a biker. No leather vest. I'm not talking about motorcycle. Well, I did have a motorcycle. I sold it a couple of years ago because I kept finding myself, I would ride it to work, and I kept finding myself in positions where I wasn't paying attention and scared myself. And I figured it was a matter of time until I had a bad accident. Didn't want to do that. Hey, Long Draw Roy, Perkins is here. Everybody behave now. In Long Draw, you behave. I got moderators on here. No, I was a biker, a road biker. Bicycles. I had a nice carbon fiber road bike, and I used to do a charity ride for leukemia and lymphoma here in Wisconsin. It was 150 miles in 2 days. And if you were a glutton for punishment, you could take a 100-mile route on the first day instead of a 75-mile route. And I did that a couple of times, and it hurt. Now, I used to ride 5 or 6 days a week. My biggest year ever, I think I put on 3,500 miles on my bike. Had a real fancy specialized Roubaix carbon fiber road bike. Weighed like 18 or 19 pounds. It was very lightweight. But I sold it and bought an electric bike. Didn't like that, so I sold it and I have an electric scooter. Like the hip kids. Except mine's a sit-down scooter because I'm not hip. Got to get that thing out pretty soon. I feel like I'm on my best behavior. Thank you, Scorgan. I do try and keep it G-rated and family-friendly here. So I appreciate your best behavior. That is much appreciated. I got a Victory and a Suzuki Boulevard. Ooh, Victories are cool. The Suzuki Boulevard is an absolutely beautiful bike. I used to love those things. I had a Honda VTX 1300. Was my good bike. I had a Shadow 750 before that. But once I put my wife on it, we could barely pass a truck. But I had a Shadow 1300 black. The retro look with the spokey wheels. And if I ever get a bike again, meaning motorcycle, It's going to be a 3-wheel Can-Am. I think they're a little safer, they're a little bigger, and they're a little easier to ride for me. I know plenty of folks my age ride motorcycles, and I got no problem with that. It's just there were some things happening with me physically and concentration-wise that I did not think it was safe for me to be riding anymore. So I won't buy another motorcycle. A Can-Am, maybe. I keep seeing them on Marketplace. It's like, oh. But I've got to save my money because I want to retire in a couple of years. Maybe it'll be a retirement present. I inherited money from my mom last year when she passed away. And I've set it aside to buy a new car right before I retire that I will drive till I can't drive anymore. In about 3 or 4 years. There's money left over from that, and maybe I'll see if I can pick up a used Can-Am. Depends on what car I get and what inflation does to them. The Boulevard is a beautiful bike. Keeping the meat and pickle to me is going to be, oh, Bad Adrian. Dude, if I knew where you lived, I might come crash that party. That sounds delicious, and I could totally see how that would tenderize the meat. All those acids and stuff in there. I've had lots of motorbikes. I've had a few in my day. When I was a kid in Texas, in Houston, when I was 15, 16, I had a Honda CL100. And then after I moved to Florida, after I got married, my wife bought me one year for a Christmas present, a Shadow 500. And then I had a CB750 full dresser, and I had a 1000cc Goldwing, the original, and I had a 1200cc Goldwing when I moved to Wisconsin. And I sold it right after I moved here, and then I went without for a while. And then in the early 2000s, I got my Shadow 750. So I've had a few myself. Good, clean fun. Yes, I try that. Triumph Bonneville. Those things are cool. I would not want to own one, but I'd love to try that Triumph Rocket. Holy shnikes. That looks like a scary bike. That Rocket is nasty. And of course, who doesn't love seeing a Boss Haas on the road? Those things are nuts. They got Chevy 350 small block on them. I can't imagine dropping one of those and trying to pick it up. All right, we've been on 1 hour and 15. Oh, that one hit hard. Should we keep this at the long draw until we break it? Should I pull my regular Slingshot out and just put it out of its misery? So I'm way more accurate on that. All right. I'm going to get a couple hits with the other more advanced frame that I'm still learning, the pickle fork. These things are hard. I'm getting better at it. Getting better. I'm still not great. And Robin Egg Blue. Oh, it sounds so pretty. Two-tone like the 50 Chevy. The Victory looks like a spaceship. Yes, that Victory Vision. That was always my dream bike when I wanted one. The other bike that I've seen a few on the road. There's one at the Harley Museum in Milwaukee because we live close to there. And it was like the Victory or the Harley that the fenders come down like halfway over the wheels, and it's kind of got that really retro look. And it was cream and forest green. Oh my goodness, because green was like my company colors when I was self-employed. And so green is our favorite color. And that bike was so pretty. That would be my dream if I had a bike. Whoa, that was high. I missed the whole target completely. Getting closer. This one is a very advanced form of shooting, and there's some tricks that you have to do to make it work. And if you don't, oh, I hit it. Your ammo will hit the frame or your finger, and neither one of them feel good. Is there any mock misers around? Okay, Graham, somebody brought up mock misers a while back. I honestly don't know what a mock miser is. I'm from America, so. And when I went home that night, I tried to look it up on Google, and I couldn't remember exactly what it was called and how it was spelled. So I'm still in the black on that. Get a Harley trike, yeah. There's something that you need when you ride a Harley trike. It's called money. I don't have the money for something like that. If I was going to get a trike, dude, it'd be a Goldwing trike. There's a gentleman in our church, a grandpa actually. He's got a Goldwing with training wheels. It's a regular Goldwing, but it looks like a trike. It's got 2 wheels that hang off the bottom, and the back wheel's still on it. So it's literally got 4 wheels, but it's basically training wheels, and it rides like a trike. They say there's no way he could ride a regular bike. But we have a motorcycle club here, and he wanted to be part of it because his son is the one that runs it. All right, we're going to do this for a few shots, and we're going to get the short draw out. We're going to obliterate that can. Put it out of its misery. Yo, what's up? Sam's back. Hey, Sam. I'm trying the PFS, which I suck at. My basic thing with the PFS right now is if I don't hit the frame or my finger, it's a good shot. Oh, I got the can again. Don't think I'm putting holes in it because these bands are a little longer than they need to be. Boom. All right. You guys, if you can, hang on for a few more minutes. Once we bust up this can, I'll tell you about our big giveaway announcement. Then we'll start signing off. If you guys haven't hit the like button, make sure you double tap the screen. If you like this stuff and you're not a sling shooter, go check out my YouTube page, my YouTube channel. I've got a whole series. I got a link to it in the description. It's called Slingshot Basics. It'll teach you all about the different kinds of slings, all the equipment, how it all works. Had fun making that. I did not think it would be as popular as it has been, but man, it gets a lot of traffic. And I'm thankful for that because that just means people are learning to shoot. And that's why we're in this. See, I told you my target aim on this is still off. Some days I come on and I'm hitting it. Some days, not so much. I got a pickle fork coming from Josh Hicks. Should be here soon. He showed me pictures of it. It's almost done. It's going to be very cool. But I'm kind of afraid to shoot metal ammo with it because I don't want to mess up an expensive frame. So I'll probably shoot it at home with clay. Until I'm confident I won't hurt myself. Okay. Let's go to the stuff I know I can do. I'm getting a PS from Roy and a Nova Gapper from a buddy in the UK. I'm sure Roy's got plenty of slingshots because the dude buys one like every other day. So I'm sure he's got plenty of good ones. How long would it take to teach a newbie to shoot good? Well, I had a kid in here this morning A friend of mine brought him. He's like an adopted grandson. And I had him hitting the target and hitting a can within an hour. So it doesn't take a long time, but there is some science and some physics that you need to wrap your brain around. Of course, now I can't hit that can with a good slingshot. Tom Cook. If you go and check out my YouTube channel, there's a link in the description to Slingshot Basics, where I cover all kinds of stuff from the different kinds of slingshots, the different kinds of bands, pouches, aim, anchor, all kind of stuff that will get you shooting and on target rather quickly. You're probably not going to be busting tiny spinners or cutting playing cards, but you'll be able to hit a target and get it close to what you want it to be. And then it's just repetition, practice and repetition. I've been shooting for 1.5 years, which isn't really that long, but I try and shoot when the weather lets me at least 4 to 5 days a week, multiple hundreds of shots. Man, I'm just not shooting good today. Come on, Ken, get out of here. Oh, we may have to call it. Let's just let the can live another day. Well, I hit the target below it. I'm shooting. I said this when I came on. I've been shooting really low lately. Everything, the fundamentals have not changed, but I'm just shooting low every time. And I don't know what's causing it. So I try and go to my fundamentals step by step. There, we got it. Slow down a little bit when you're off. Sometimes it helps to take a breath, take a little break, let your brain regroup and unscramble. Man, I thought I would obliterate this thing by now. You guys are seeing me at my worst. Jeez. I'm going to scoot up in a little bit just so I can smack it. No, I'm not going to do that. There was a good hit. You're cutting cards 3 months after I think I started trying to. It took me a few shots to hit it, but I did eventually get it. I have only 43 frames. Yeah, Roy, you need more. You need more. You got more frames than I have RC planes. I probably have a little bit over 20 RC planes. Not like a lot of the guys at my club who have 100 or more in their basement and 18 or 20 more to build that they'll never build because they won't live long enough. I don't have a lot of room in my little house, so I have a thing where if there's not room for a new plane, I have to crash one before I can buy a new one or sell one. So, yeah, that happens. I do have a couple of cool ones, though. I got two A10s. Have an F-22. Got a couple Warbirds, a P-51, 2 Corsairs. I had some just fun, stupid planes. And I got one that is just pure speed. Has a GPS tracker in it. Last fall, I got 142 miles an hour out of a dive downwind. Oh, come on, Philip. And I know Sam, who's on here, is a 3D flyer, which means he does stupid stuff with planes. Like fly them over a pond and dip the tail in the water. I'm not that good. I'm starting to run low on ammo. I haven't been down to pick it all up yet. Ooh, it's starting to tear now. Roy, you're about to have 40. Way to go, Sam. Enable him. My stepdad has, including my planes, 30 RC and $3,000 worth of. It can be an addiction, just like Roy and his slingshots. We have a big swap meet for our club in January, and holy cow, the amount of stuff that gets sold. This last one in January, I sold like 4 different planes and some of my stuff that I didn't really care to fly, and made like $250, and it all went to pay for my spending money at the Midwest Spring Sling. Slingshots are slowly taking over my main hobby from the RC planes, but I can't let it completely take over. I'm one of the instructors that teaches new people how to fly at my club. Oh, I'm not paying attention. Yes, you do, stupid. Well, Sam, it's good that you admit it. I do stupid too. I got a plane that at the end of last year, I finally fixed it up the way I wanted. It's a trainer. Sam probably knows what it is. It's called the Hobby Zone Aero Scout. And it's one of the planes I use for teaching, but I have an old beat up one that I've glued back together after a couple of bad crashes. And I had this brilliant idea one day to take the landing gear off the bottom and stick them up on the wings. That way you can land inverted. So I put a hopped up motor and speed controller on it so I could run 4S on it. And I set it up, cut part of the tail off and put a wheel on it so it'd be a tail dragger. And now it takes off and flies inverted and lands inverted. And yes, when you're inverted, you have to think backwards on your elevator and your rudder. So what I did is I programmed my radio, because it's a computer radio. I programmed it so it flies inverted, but the controls are like a normal plane. And then I can do a roll, 180-degree roll, and flip a switch, and it flies right side up like a normal plane. And then I do another 180-degree roll and flip the switch, and it flies inverted like a normal plane. It was a fun project. I actually have a video on it on my YouTube channel. If you scroll down through the Slingshot videos, it's the last one of my RC videos before the Slingshots. It's called Am I on Drugs? And it's a pretty fun video. It's got a lot of traffic, so I like that video. That was a fun one to do. There will be more videos of stupid antics with RC planes this summer, so stay tuned for those. Yes, I take my Slingshot to the field with me because there's gophers running around that they don't like, so I always try and shoot them. I don't know if I'm going to cut that thing today. It's just holding on for all it's worth. Plus, these bands are getting a little stretched out on here. I don't know if they're packing the punch they used to. All right. Let me zoom out a little bit. Read some of these comments. Should not be shooting a spray paint can with a lighter beside it. Yeah, Sam, probably not a good idea. Although for my slow-mo page, for my slow-mo series, I want to shoot a lighter with a fire or a candle underneath it. I'm making your wife laugh. I'm glad I make somebody happy and laugh. I never hit the bottle. That's when I first started. Roman candles to a drone and was shooting. See, that's what gets us in trouble. And we at our field, we have a safety officer. And he's very strict. If we did something like that, we would get kicked out of the club. It sounds fun, though. But people taking a drone and sticking flamethrowers and junk on them is what got us in all the trouble with the FAA. All right, we've got some newbies on in your slingers. So it's time to talk about the giveaway, the big announcement. This will be my third time on this video. We hit 1,000 subscribers last month. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Chicka joy. I won't say last month, last week. Last weekend, I think. Sam was on the live from my yard. He says, "You're over 1,000." So it was about a week ago. We hit our 1,000 subscribers, and I'm eternally grateful. So I've said all along we're going to have a giveaway at 1,000. So here we are. It's giveaway time. You're asking, what are you giving away? Well, if you're a slingshot shooter, you're going to get a $50 gift card if you're the winner to Simpleshot, of course. Where else would I give you a gift card to? If you're one of my RC subscribers, because about half of my 1,000 are RC or aviation people, you're going to get a gift card to either Horizon Hobby or Flight Test, my two favorite RC plane websites. Here's how you enter. Down in the description of this video, there is an email address called didiwin2026@gmail.com. I created that just for giveaways. You need to go on there, send me an email. I'm actually recorded a video this morning that I will be releasing early next week about the contest. You need to send me an email to that email address with your full name on it and also your screen name. Like Roy, I know, is Long Draw Perkins. But there are some folks on here that if you just send me your screen name, which will be part of your email, I may not know who you are. So I need your name and your screen name. And I will collect those, and then on May 10th, it's a Sunday night, I will do a random drawing of all the names that were submitted. And that person will win either a Slingshot gift card or an RC plane gift card for $50. Here's the deal. I need to be able to find you on my subscriber list. So if I only have your first name, but you use a weird name in your screen name that I would see you on my subscriber list as, if I can't find you on the subscriber list and I can see you all, we'll go on to the next person. So got to do that so I can find you. And then I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a live for the drawing or if I'll just announce it and contact the winner. I haven't figured that out yet. I'll have to see how my schedule and my calendar is come that day. I might have, yeah, don't go there, Sam. You've already done enough. You've done enough stupid. You've admitted it, Sam. Let's keep you on a little bit more straight and narrow, buddy. Me and Roy will try and keep you from doing stupid. We'll try and have Sam be a good boy. It's getting barely hanging on there. You're not subscribed. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you can't win. Boy, that can is just shredded to pieces. I'm almost out of ammo. If I run out of ammo, I'm done. I got a few more shots. So there you have it. Some of my sling friends that were late to the game. Now you're subscribed. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. 73 likes. We're down to 21 people on. We were up at around 90 or 100 for a while. So it's a pretty good day. Not quite my record. Last week, I think it was last Friday, a week ago Friday, I had like 450 people on in my backyard. It was crazy. Oh, here's a random 9.5 millimeter in my bag. Let's shoot that thing. That'll make an impact if I hit it. Yeah, it hit it. God, there's just that can. I've never beat a can up so hard and it didn't cut. I think they must have made that one out of stainless steel or something. That thing is being stubborn. Sam, I know you've been subscribed because you've been coming on my lives for a while. I appreciate you watching my videos. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos. I try and make them watchable. Try and have a little bit of fun. I'm no can vandal. That dude's a riot. Did you see his video of the new Axiom G10, which I kind of want? Can is a riot. Go find Can Vandal and watch his video on the new Axiom G10 from Simpleshot. It's pretty funny. Can you explain the aiming process? Antonio Pinnan, yes. Glad you asked. First time I got to do it today. I usually love doing this. We're trying to cut a can down there, and I'm sucking at it right now. I'm not on today, but in a nutshell, I'm going to give it to you in a nutshell, but if you go down in the description and click on the link for Slingshot Basics, I have a 4-video series that walks you through the aiming process. Not the aiming process, but the whole process of learning to shoot, from the types of slingshots to pouches, ammo, aim, all that kind of stuff. In a nutshell, we'll give you the quick 2-minute version. First thing, everybody messes up when they shoot a slingshot. They grip the ammo right here. You see there's a ball in there. They grip it in front. Well, what happens is when you let go and you open your hand, it creates a bounce. And that sends the ammo up. And it's going to be either way off or it's going to hit your frame. See, I've got a metal frame. See all those frame hits from where I got lazy? Because I was trying some advanced stuff, but I would get lazy with my technique and I would hit. So that's the first thing, is you don't hold the ammo here. You hold it on the ammo. See, there's a gap in my band there. So when I'm holding it, I actually put it on this knuckle in my thumb and hold it like this. This finger of mine has a little bit of nerve damage in the end, so it's just easier for me to hold that way. But I don't do this, do this. This is the mistake most people make. The other quick things is hold it parallel to the ground. There's multiple ways. Some people shoot this way. Some people shoot this way. I prefer this way. Okay. There's multiple grips. Some people shoot with a hammer grip, a pinch grip, or thumb brace. I like the thumb brace with this slingshot. That's the way it fits my hand the best. Okay. So this is parallel. And then this, when you pull the ammo back, you want this perpendicular to the ground. You don't want it this way. You don't want it that way, because as you can see, one of those bands in this way is going to be the bottom, is going to be tighter. So if that's tighter, it's going to push things up and you're going to have issues. So you want this level perpendicular and you want this parallel. So you've got a parallel and the perpendicular. Nobody told you you're going to have a math geometry lesson today, did you? So anyway, for aiming, we have anchor points. We learn them as we shoot. I explain it in my series. We have you start out at your mouth like this. And then depending on if it's low or high after you've started hitting the target, if you're always below your aim point, then I show you how to move it up. Once you find your anchor point, that's where you shoot from. Mine is the bottom of my cheekbone. So when I aim, I'll put my knuckle right on the bottom of my cheekbone. And then that's, I know, is always going to be the same. As far as aiming, I think you can kind of see it. If I pull it out like this, see, you can see both bands. Now you can only see one band. When those bands turn into one, you're lined up. When those bands turn into one, write down those bands to the tip. Right there is your aiming point. This particular Slingshot and some of the fancier ones actually have fiber optics on them. I think you can see them. See them there? So I actually will put that fiber optic right on my target. And then as I'm aiming from my anchor point, I'll tweak my hand a little bit to get the bands lined up. In a nutshell, that's how you aim. That's not all there is to it. There's some other little subtle things that you got to do. But in a nutshell, that's the quick and dirty explanation. And I missed. Barely. Cool runnings. Hey, the purple is, I like the purple. I like the pink. They both work for me. David Dellis said hi. Hello. Have you ever tried a sling like David in the Bible? Yes, I have one. It's called a shepherd sling, or I think it's a pan sling. Holds the ball. I made one out of paracord, and they're hard until you get the technique. A lot of people think you got to twirl them around and throw them, but if you watch the guys that know what they're doing, they just take them and throw them like a baseball. And I have not figured it out yet for the simple reason I can't try it down here in my church basement because there's no room. And I live in town in the middle of a neighborhood right off of Main Street, and I have nowhere to practice it. So I need to get out in the country with some tennis balls or something like that and do some practice. So it's on my bucket list of things to learn, but I have not mastered it. But there's some folks that on YouTube, if you look that up, shepherd sling, there's some dudes that will knock limbs out of trees with those things. It's crazy. And Tony, thank you. You are very much welcome. It's one of the things I enjoy the most about doing these lives is when people ask me those technique questions. I love answering them. And if you're interested in this sport, make sure to check my basics series out on my channel. Subscribe if you want. And if you want to get your first Slingshot, I recommend Simpleshot. That's who makes this one. Most of the stuff I shoot and use is from Simpleshot. And that they've got everything you need to get started. There's people that make fancy custom frames and junk. It'll cost you a little more, but if you just want to get started with a good solid Slingshot that shoots good, Simpleshot's the place to go. I've also got a link for that in my description. No, I don't work for Simpleshot. I am an affiliate for them, so if you buy something from them, I get a tiny little commission, which I greatly appreciate. And I can tell you for now, initially, all the money I make is going to buy more stuff from Simpleshot. I think we knocked the bottom off that can. Michael Smith. It's great. I hope you're talking about my explanation. I love doing that. And that's one of the things I've enjoyed about these lives. It's people asking me those questions, and I get to explain some of the nuances of our sport. I think that's one of the things I enjoy the most. And teaching is one of my gifts. I think it's one of the things that God created me to do. So I enjoy doing it. That's one reason I'm here on a live. Somebody said you should get a person who doesn't know how to shoot and do a live with them where you just teach them to shoot. I might have somebody lined up for that. That would be kind of a fun day. So anyhow, do I have any more shots after this? Man, I think I see 2 more shots in here. I've never run my bag dry. Man, I put a lot of shots downwind today. Let's hit that can one more time, Philip. It's so beat up, the shots are just going right through it now. They're not doing any damage. I think this is my last shot. Yeah, we're going to call it that. All right, let me go grab that can. How long have you been shooting? I started about 1.5 years ago, about 18 months. It's probably October, November-ish of 2024. I got myself a wrist rocket because I thought, that's what you do, and found out they're a piece of crap. They don't shoot good because the latex on them is no good. So I started finding the online stuff, the Simpleshot, the videos, the teaching videos on how to shoot a Slingshot. And I realized I was barking up the wrong tree. So I bought one that used flat bands like what I'm using off of Amazon. I think it was $15, and I actually learned to shoot fairly okay with it. And so for Christmas that year, on my Christmas list, I put 3 slingshots from Simpleshot. And my wife goes, "Really? You need 3 slingshots?" And I said, "Dear, I'm new at this. I don't know what's going to work." So I got 3 years slingshots that year. I still have 2 of them. I sold one to somebody else. I didn't like it. So anyway, I started that. And then I really started trying to get accurate because I have a really bad, our neighborhood has a ton of chipmunks everywhere. And while I don't hunt, I wanted a way to control chipmunks. So that's kind of been my way to do it. I've gotten a few. I'm not going to talk about that much because some people find offense with that. But anyway, then what really, really got me cranking up my practice is last January or December or so, somewhere in there, they announced the Midwest Spring Sling in Indiana in March as a tournament. And I wanted to go to my first tournament, and I didn't want to shoot amateur. I wanted to shoot pro. I thought I could get good enough in time, and I'm glad I did. So I started practicing like 5-6 days a week and started making videos of my process and my practice sessions. And that's how this YouTube thing started back up, because I haven't done anything on my YouTube channel a long time. So that's how I got back into it. And I'm happy to say I registered in the pro division at the Slingshot tournament, and there was 42-ish shooters in the pro division, and I came in 20th, which is the exact spot I wanted to come in. So I was very happy about that. As I think about it now, if I looked back at what I scored on the events and how much easier the amateur division was, I think I would have walked away with the amateur division and people would have been mad at me for shooting in it. But it was fun. And I learned so much in that 3 months of intense practice. And I've just kept it going because I thoroughly do enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. Let me go grab the can down here, and you can see the damage we did to it. Man, there's a lot of ammo down here. A lot of it bounces out and lands on the floor. This is the worst I've obliterated a can without breaking it, without cutting it in half. It's in really bad shape. We blew a piece out of the can. We mangled that sucker pretty good. Not much left of that thing. And this piece did fall out of it, so we got something out of it. Anyway, I'm going to put that down for now. I got to dig my hook out of that thing. There it is. See if we can pull this out without cutting myself. Here we go. Come on, come to me. Yeah, I'll do that later. I want to cut myself on live TV. That would be bad. Anyway, time to bug out, folks. I've had a good time. We've been on 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's been a long time. Thanks for all the love and support. 81 likes. Thank you. We still got 45 online. Appreciate you guys. Again, remember, if you want to win, did I win 2026@gmail.com. Send me your name, your screen name. Get entered into the contest. You might win a gift card to either RC or Slingshots. So I appreciate all the subscriptions. Keep them coming. Keep the hours up. We're getting built up on our hours to where we need to be an official YouTuber, which has kind of been something I've been working on for years, and it's finally coming to fruition. So appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. We will see you next time. I might be out again here tomorrow afternoon after church and after lunch and stuff. I may come down here if the weather sucks at home. So maybe see you tomorrow. If not, I will see you again very soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if you're up by me here in the Midwest, dry out a little bit. We've had our share of the rough weather. Thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the explanations. I truly enjoy doing those. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.